Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning if you're on the West Coast, or good Tuesday to you if you're in Australia. This is Omniboslive coming to you on a Sunday for Sunday Coffee and News. I'm Omnidog, joined as always by my co-host from Gabe Infinity Watch. We have Gabe. Gabe, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, everybody. Good to see everybody in the chat. Good to see Jess and Luis here today. Let's do it today. Let's get it started.
And we have Luis, Comics Guide 101. How you doing there, boy?
Hey, how's it going?
I am alive. I woke up on the right side of the roses, as the Irish say.
There you go. That's the right way to think about it.
So that's really all I have to hang my hat on these days. So it's cool. So before we get into coffee and news, let me go into my radio voice and talk about InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Orders over $50 gets you free shipping in the United States. The best possible customer service around and the best packaging around. That's InStockTrades.com, our sponsor.
Thank you, Cameron, and thank you, Emily.
I agree.
Thank you, guys.
I finally just now got my W-2 sent to my phone. It took me forever. Jesus Christ.
Did it really, dude? I just filed, and I got approved. My money comes in on Wednesday.
God, no, it's just weird the way it works over here.
Yeah. This has been the fastest year that I've gotten approved, and I'm getting my money back. I filed last week, and I'm already getting my money on Wednesday.
I got to talk to my tax person and have her do my taxes for me this year.
I'm kind of pissed because I'm getting less than half I got last year, but, that's how it works sometimes.
Less than half? Jesus, you got to start having kids or something.
Yeah, at least, yeah, I got fucked over. Under the new tax bracket, I really got fucked over. But, that is what it is. At least I don't know.
Omnidog owes.
But you always owe, Jess.
It's all that Bitcoin that you have in offshore accounts.
Bitcoin and offshore accounts. That sounds like me.
On the bright side, though, Jess, you do get a deduction for your private jet, so enjoy that. The OmniJet doesn't pay itself off,
That's the reason I got it.
You just got to write off all those trips you took this year or last year.
Yeah.
Business expenses.
Sure. Research.
That's what it was.
Hookers and blow.
It doesn't go down as that.
They go down, all right.
Jess has it all in gold.
No, right now I don't think it's a good time to invest in metal. Jess is probably a better expert on that, but
I actually don't know a thing about gold.
All right. Well, I got a bridge in New York to sell you.
I don't know about bridges either.
Put it all on Bitcoin. It's a safe way to go.
Yeah. Or CGCs.
Or stock in Movie Pass.
I don't even think it's listed anymore.
Oh, isn't it?
I
don't think I get emails from them anymore.
Yeah,
don't invest in Dark Horse either.
Boy, what's going on there? Do we have any news on that besides they're losing left and right? They just lost Stan Sakai.
Yeah, they just lost Yosagi Jimbo went to IDW, right?
Yeah,
they went to IDW. Yeah. They've lost a lot of their big crazy licenses, man. Like, not even just the stuff from like the Marvel, Marvel buying, getting back Conan.
Yeah.
But then the Fox deal, they lost Aliens and Predator. I mean, I don't know what's left over there. What is it that's licensed or like is not licensed? But there's Hellboy, right?
Umbrella Academy's big right now.
Black Hammer.
No wait, is Umbrella Academy is Dark Horse, right?
I think it is.
I'll have to think about that for a second. Black Hammer and Hellboy are probably their biggest things, right?
Yeah, but with the Umbrella Academy, I've been watching the show. The shows are really good. I'm probably like 4 or 5 episodes in.
Yeah, it is Dark Horse.
Okay, but there's not been a hardcover of that book yet, has there?
Mm-hmm.
What book?
Umbrella Academy?
Yeah.
There were two deluxe editions, but they're massively out of print.
Man, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to do it because we're selling the trade paperbacks at the store. not crazy, but there's a new spotlight on that series. So we've been starting to trade a little bit more.
Well, they're sold out on Amazon, the trades.
Yeah. Oh, right on. Good for them. I'm sure that Rockstar needs all that extra money. Oh, wait a second. Wait. I work for Rockstar. That needs lots of money through comics. But yeah, no, they should reprint that stuff. That would be great. But yeah, so first news topic of the day, Dark Horse has lost another title.
It's a big one.
It is.
It's a very big one.
How long before Hellboy gets up and goes to like Image or something like that?
Oh, Mike's been with them for almost 30 years at this point. I really doubt that. And they're finishing.
Well, how long was Stan Sakai there? Like 25?
That's true. And they're finishing up the BPRD proper. So that story is going to be wrapping up. And Hellboy proper. The story moving forward is done. They're just going to tell stories in like the 1950s and forward and stuff like that. But present to future, their story is done. And the next 2 issues, they've got 2 issues left on that.
So I started a new readathon, and I'm doing the Hellboy stuff.
You have so much to read.
Oh my gosh.
I have almost everything. I just need to get the 3 Ape Sapien books. And then what is it, the 1945? Those 2. There's like 2 hardcovers of that kind of stuff too.
Did you get Vampire? Vampire's hard.
No, but that's getting reprinted, isn't it? Yeah,
it comes out this week.
So I'll pick it up this week. I know I have that on my invoice.
It's so good.
Matt Miranda in the chat. I'll be at WonderCon and C2E2. I'm not going to ECC this year. I'll be in Chicago and I'll be in Anaheim.
My sister's going to ECC this year.
What?
ECCCCC.
Cool.
She's a book publisher and she's getting ready to publish her first graphic novel. So she wants to go. She has a guy that's writing a graphic novel and brought it to her, and so she wants to go investigate the world of graphic novels. And so she lives in Washington and she's going to Seattle to Emerald City to investigate the world of Emerald City Con and the world of graphic novels.
Wow, that's cool, man. Good for her.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous. I want to go.
You should come to Chicago with us. There's so many of us going.
I know, it's true. There are a lot of you guys going.
When is that? When is Chicago?
20. I'll be there the 21st through like the 25th of March.
I might actually hit you guys up for that because I have. I'm getting my tax return. I'm gonna have a little extra change. Might be able to
hit it up, man. That Omar is gonna be there. I'll be there. Fariha is going to be there. Most of the fangirls are going to be there.
Maddie will be there.
Yeah, Maddie's going to be there.
You guys going Saturday?
Dude, I'm there from Friday to Sunday. So yeah,
I might do Saturday. I wonder how much is a day ticket there on Saturday? Or like $7.
I don't know, dude. But this is one of George Perez's last shows. Also, is at C2E2.
Is it? Oh man. He's getting up there.
Yeah, just take Justice OmniJet.
Yeah. Gabe, you'll be happy to know I read last night the volumes 1 through 3 of Gotham Academy.
Oh, right on, man. You went right through that stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, now I still have second semester volumes 1 and 2 to read.
Okay. Did he get the root beer treatment?
No, I loved it.
Yeah, it's a great book, man. I've been telling you for a while.
Yeah, it was super fun. I really loved it. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with those characters. I haven't seen them in anything since that series ended, I think.
Yeah. I'm going to read second semester. I took a break and read Mr. Miracle this morning, and I'll read second semester tonight.
Yeah, I love those characters. Like Maps is so cool.
I know.
She's great.
Yeah, they're all really well done, I think, and I love the predicaments they get themselves in and everything. So yeah, I dig it. That was a good recommendation.
I'm glad you liked it. Everybody else can go pick up that stuff too.
I wonder if
it's on no one's radar. Like nobody talks about that book, but it's amazing.
Maybe I should. Well, I don't know. Is it when a book's that old? Is it too late to make a video about it, or is it? Are you doing people a favor to wait? I can say books that are under the radar. That's what it would be.
There you go. There's no rule. It's your YouTube channel. You do what you want.
Yeah. Fuck those people.
Yeah. Fuck the rules.
Okay. Good. I'll do that because I really want to promote that book. Because
I know Fariha was into it also.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she really liked it. It's I mean, it's just like Riverdale for the most part, but not so murdery, dark and stuff like that. But you know, it's teenagers in a private school, Gotham Academy. There's really no Batman in it, but you get, you know, like Killer Croc in it and stuff like that too, and
Hugo Strange.
Yeah, Hugo Strange, and a lot of little cool mysteries involved with the school that ties into, you know, like the Court of Owls stuff. You know, it's like that kind of stuff. Not Court of Owls, but it's just like it's under the radar of Batman, or not under the radar, but it's kind of one of those things where Batman knows about it, but doesn't care too much about it. But he has, you know, all of us there to take care of things. The whole history of her mom is really cool. It's good. It's good stuff. Little teenage angsty stuff. Hidden monsters and ghouls in the walls of the school. That kind of stuff.
Tunnels that connect to Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, yeah.
It's great. I love it all. You never actually see them go to class. But they do a lot of super spying and super snooping like Scooby-Doo, and it's funny.
Yeah, it's like the Scooby Gang, but in the DC universe. And
yeah.
Probably like less marijuana.
You do see a couple of Robins in there, Red Robin and Damian.
Yeah, I think Damian joins the school at one point, right? Spoilers.
Yeah, and he's expelled like the next day.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
He takes the fall for what's her name? Olive, I think. Or Maps. I can't remember who.
He's an asshole.
Even after Super Sons, you think he is?
He's a less asshole after Super Sons.
Okay.
He's a less asshole.
He's still an asshole. He reminds me of a lot of my students. That's probably I shouldn't say
dear.
That. I shouldn't say that. Well, most kids are kind of like that too. They just don't know better.
Yeah. Yeah, all little kids are assholes. It's like a cat. They're all assholes too.
Cats are agents of Satan.
That's very true. And I love cats.
I hope Kristen's not on. She's got two cats.
I have two cats as well.
That's all right. We all sometimes live with assholes.
What else do we got going on, Gabe?
Any other news?
I don't even have to think up. I just brought up Stan Sakai because that was kind of interesting. What else really? Space Jam 2. That's something for Ryley. Ryley must be super excited about that. With LeBron James in it this time.
Do you guys want to address the Captain Marvel early reactions?
Kristan says her cats are sweeties. I think she's in denial. I think her cats are using her account right now.
Her cats typed that in. I was afraid she was watching. Damn it.
No, her cats are on. Or her cats got her hostage or something. They're forcing her.
Right. Kristan, blink if you are being held hostage.
Yeah. Captain Marvel early reactions.
Oh, right? Yeah, Captain Marvel, right.
Really positive early reactions coming out from, what was it, Tuesday?
From everybody except Luis.
No, I said I wanted to see a good movie. I said it didn't look that good. It didn't look promising. Maybe there's something I didn't see in the trailers, but everybody's saying it's good. But then again, there's always the Marvel hype machine that's behind a lot of the stuff.
I don't think they're hiding a lot. I think they're keeping a lot of. They're not showing a lot in the trailers.
They
I think there's a reason for that. Well,
they have to be because what I've seen in the trailers does not look that.
It's the same like 20 like cutscenes that you see in every trailer, you know. And the movie comes out what next in a week? No, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the final number that we agreed on? We all got not a debate, but we got into a discussion about like what we think the box office gross for opening weekend would be.
I think I said 120.
And I was in agreement with you. I think early polling was, and this was like in January, they were saying maybe 180 million was what Marvel expected. Then they dropped it down to 100 million. And like assholes online were saying, oh, it's because Brie Larson's comment. Da, 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 da. No, you stupid fucks. Polling and ticket tracking gets more accurate as you get closer to the movie's release date. So maybe they thought, wow, this has the potential to be 180 million, but the new like solid number is 100 million, with some even saying as high as 160. I think Variety reported it would be 120. It's all over the place right now, so it's pretty interesting. I'm fascinated by this.
I think this movie is going to make just money.
I am absolutely I am fascinated by the numbers of this, and I'm curious to see where this is gonna land. I'm with Jess. I think this is gonna be 120 million, which is gonna be a very great start. And if it's at 120 million, we're talking, what is it, like Wonder Woman numbers starting out? I think
that's higher than Wonder Woman. I think that's higher than like Man of Steel and almost every other like DC related movie like opening weekend.
Yeah.
It's already said it's on track to beat like Doctor Strange and Ant-Man and things like that. Just pre-sale numbers.
I still have very little interest in seeing it, but it's kind of part of this gig, so I'm gonna go ahead and check it out. But hey, maybe you know what? Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Poor Louise. I got to see this movie because I do a YouTube channel every so often.
I predict you will be pleasantly surprised.
I think I will. And
because I'm going to love this movie, and I think you're going to like it. You're not going to love it. You're going to like it.
I think I'm going to probably, if early reactions are to be believed, I'm probably going to fall in somewhere between, yeah, it was okay. It was pretty good, and yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think I'm going to hate it. And Jeez, so many fucking idiots on all the people online saying, "Oh, this movie's gonna bomb because we're gonna boycott it." Yeah, good fucking luck with that. Okay?
Yeah, you and your 5 friends can go ahead and not see that movie, but then still see the movie.
Yeah, you guys are. I'm saying you guys are idiots. Like really, a Marvel movie following Endgame, following Infinity War, leading into Endgame is going to bomb. Okay, yeah, you keep believing that.
Yeah. I don't understand the internet at all sometimes, and this mentality that you can actually take on and boycott a movie and it will have some type of effect is ludicrous.
It's not. It's a Marvel movie, and it's following Infinity War and it leads into Endgame. This was gonna make money regardless.
Not just that, but they're really pumping this as being like the next feminist movement type movie too, like big time. They're really like Brie Larson wants it to be like that. She wants a female Avengers movie, and I think I've said it before on the show. I think it might be that next Wonder Woman type cultural like feminist. Every girl wants to relate to a character, and doesn't always have to be Wonder Woman. I think we now have a second, big iconic female character, and it's going to be this Captain Marvel.
Right.
I really don't think it'll be that. I think I don't know. It's just, this is such a weird, this whole movie is completely weird as far as their marketing compared to everything else that they've done. I'm an idiot and I follow movie forums and I've been obsessed with box offices since I was young for some stupid reason. It's different in the sense that the trailers the marketing has been pretty mediocre for this as far as trailers and stuff like that. Yeah, you see ads all over the place and things like that, but it wasn't like an Infinity War or Winter Soldier or something like that it really gets you hyped. The trailers have been okay and they keep showing the same things. So there might be playing some stuff close to the chest. I'm hoping that's what it is. And not only that, the fact that they're allowing reactions like 2-3 weeks ahead of the movie release date, but they're not allowing reviews to drop 3 or 4 days until before the movie comes out. That's very odd for Marvel because all their recent films, like Infinity War, again, Winter Soldier, hell, even Ant-Man, they've allowed reviews weeks in advance. So maybe it's a sign that maybe Marvel they saw an early cut and they just weren't as confident in the film. And they're like, well, let's kind of allow early reactions. Let's gauge where it is, and we'll see how it goes. Regardless, it's going to make a shit ton of money, and people that think that their little boycott is actually going to affect it is completely stupid.
That's fine. Those internet virgins that are afraid of women can.
And you
can
know they're full of shit. You know they're full of shit. They're gonna go see this.
Yeah,
they're so full of shit. You guys.
And I have a Captain Marvel action figure, so there.
You guys are telling me you're not. You've seen all 20 Marvel films, and you've gotten butthurt by a few Brie Larson comments, and you're not gonna go see the movie that leads into Endgame.
Brie Larson comments that are totally being taken out of context. Also.
Totally being taken out of context.
So are they gonna boycott Avengers Endgame also because she's gonna play a significant part of that film apparently? Come on, you're gonna not go see Endgame? You're gonna not you're not gonna see the final chapter of this 12-year plan that Marvel has with these movies? Come on, go home, shut up. If they're either gonna go see it, if they're not gonna support it with their money, they're gonna go on some random torrent site and get some really shitty Russian download and still watch it. So whatever.
I actually agree. Wonder Woman is the best DCU movie right now. I love Wonder Woman. And I've grown to like it more and more as I've watched it more and more.
Especially that little kid.
Except for that goddamn little kid. I fast forward that scene every time.
Hater. Child hater.
Hey, have you seen her work in this town again? No. There's a reason for that.
She's grown up. She's been taking different parts.
What parts?
You're probably taking parts of stuff you don't watch.
Yeah.
She's probably like a My Little Pony voice or something like that.
Yeah, she's in the new Even Stevens show on Disney. Even Stevens' Revenge.
Oh, that's
is that a thing?
No.
Dude, I like that. I love that show when I was coming out.
I remember watching it with my daughter too.
Back when what's his face? Wasn't
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, when he was annoying like that, but now
when he was funny. Oh yeah, I remember. What was that other show that I liked with the girl that grew up and blew off her movie career? It was a girl, blonde girl, pretty. It was right around the time Even Stevens was on.
The Adventures of Alex Mack.
No. Her sister was in Napoleon Dynamite.
Hannah Montana?
Oh,
No, Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff. She had a show on the Disney Channel that was fun to watch.
Lizzie McGuire?
Lizzie McGuire. Very good.
That's because Jess had a teenage daughter at the time.
That is preteen is what she was then, yeah. Look at the chat. All Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff stuff.
Yeah. My age, around that time, they had a crush on Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah, I could see why. Had I been 50 years younger, I would have too.
I had a thing for Christina Romano, who was
oh yeah,
hell
yeah,
on Even Stevens.
Oh yeah, I remember her. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember. I did too.
I follow her on Instagram like a great.
Who was the girl in Charmed? The one that's like all tatted up. I forgot her name. She's an actress.
The one in Charmed?
Yeah, Charmed was a CW
show. Was she one of the sisters?
Yeah.
Alyssa Milano?
I used to have a huge crush on Alyssa Milano.
You should go watch Charles in Charge.
Never seen Charles in Charge.
I used to watch Charmed with the sound turned off because that show was garbage. But it was eye candy. Rose McGowan was in that too before she got all weird. They're bringing that back, aren't they? I think they're doing a new Charmed.
They are.
They are. It's all his. I think they're all Latina.
What are they called? They're all Latinas?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so it's all like Chupacabra stuff, and
I don't know that part. But I think at least 2 out of the 3, like, they're sisters and they're Latina.
Pass.
I don't know, but yeah, I remember Charmed. That was cool.
What are you guys reading this week?
Well, as I said, I finished the first 3 Gotham Academy. Then I read Mr. Miracle this morning, which was great. And then I read all the TKO books. I got one that I downloaded because I forgot to order it, and I read it too, and then did a vid on it.
This is your first time going through Mr. Miracle, right?
Yeah, it is. Hadn't read it before. Wow, it's amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, Tom King is a deep thinker, man. Yeah, he is a deep thinker. He puts Scott free through some stuff, and not all the stuff gets resolved. There's lots of questions left unanswered, but there's lots of almost Shakespearean family dynamics at work in there, and there's just a ton of interesting stuff going on. That psychologically complex things that he brings up. I don't know. I don't support, this is me personally saying, I don't support the theory that Tom King is an uneven writer. I think he is an excellent writer, and everything he writes, in my opinion, is at least really good to really great. I understand people don't like Gotham and Gotham Girl. Okay, so he tried something and it didn't work. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, really he's just no, I know. So he tried something, it didn't work. But wow, Mr. Miracle is just comics on another level. I can't imagine something like that being written in the 60s or 70s. It is so psychologically deep and complex. It's amazing the relationship he has with Barda, with his father, with his son, with himself, all the self-examination and weirdness that's going on.
Or even his whole family too, like with Orion.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And what happens to Orion? It's really amazing.
And let's not just give all the credit to Tom King, but Mitch Gerrits, the artist, is completely out of a new realm.
I agree with that.
It's out of control. I mean, it's the same team that did Sheriff of Babylon, but the artwork that Mitch brought with this New God story is just, it's all digital, but it's completely beautiful.
And it's completely different than that Sheriff of Babylon stuff. He's really stretching his artistic muscles. You're right.
Yeah, he really, I think under a different artist, I think that book would have been different, and maybe not as good. I think Mitch did a great job on that book. Me and Luis met him when we were at MegaCon. I got a Scott Free sketch from him.
Yeah,
and yeah, he's a great guy, super cool, but his art is on a different plane of existence. I don't know where he's coming with that artwork. It's great. And they announced a hardcover coming out soon too. That's going to be a comic book store retailer exclusive.
Oh, really?
Cool. Which just probably means everybody who has a Diamond account. So IST will have it. GameStop will probably have it. Everybody that has a Diamond account.
I keep forgetting that GameStop sells comic shit.
Yeah.
Joe Chip, do you want me to review Grayson? I just got done. It's by Tim Seeley and Tom King. Do you want me to review it? I just got done with it last week. I'd be happy to review it. That would tie in nicely with a Gotham Academy review, because that's why I started reading Gotham Academy, because there were some Gotham Academy stories in Grayson, and Gabe also recommended Gotham Academy, and I'm trying to see how many times I can say Gotham Academy in one sentence.
We should do a Tom King episode one day. There's a lot of good stuff out there that we could talk about him.
Okay, I'll review it this week. Maybe I'll do a review tomorrow while it's still fresh in my mind. Okay, thank you for the idea. Thank you.
You guys should do a Tom King episode. You guys can talk about Omega Men.
That's a good idea.
Vision.
He's a very prose heavy writer. Really, an internal he does the internal monologue thing really well.
I think people aren't giving him enough credit on like his Batman run because his Batman run is nowhere near being done yet. Like it's supposed to be like 110 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
All that stuff is connecting. Like he's doing stuff that probably that Gotham Girl and that Gotham stuff will probably end up paying off a little bit later. I mean, I think Gotham Girl's playing a part in the whole Heroes in Crisis story that he's doing as well, which is fantastic.
Are you all caught up with it?
No, I'm not caught up on it, but I think well, here's the thing. I never got to read issue 4 because Diamond never gave us issue 4.
What?
They showed us issue 4. Yeah, 60
Why?
copies. I don't know. They're just that's Diamond. That's what happened to the distributor.
That's so weird.
So yeah, I'll have to just hunt down a copy of issue 4 and keep reading it. But that's a great book too. It's it's very. It reminds me of when I was originally reading Long Halloween and Dark Victory in singles, where every issue it's a whodunit kind of thing. So it's really fun to kind of play with the idea of who could have really been, involved in this. And then there's also a lot of good character moments too, because it's also about PTSD and how these characters deal with that type of stuff.
Ooh, shit! There's a new Venom out this week.
Yeah, issue 11. I guess apparently there's some. Donny Cates is getting. We'll take this extremely lightly. Well, as lightly as you want to take it, but I guess he's getting attack and death threats because people out there don't like what he's doing with the Venom character.
I love it.
I thought it was supposed to be great.
It's great, Jess. Fuck the haters.
It's a handful of internet virgins who don't like what he's doing and apparently wanted Eddie Brock and the symbiote to have a romantic relationship.
What? So weird.
Yeah.
No, just oh my god, Venom's so good. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. It's so good what he's doing with the symbiote and like it's probably next to Al Ewing's Hulk. It's probably the best Marvel book that's coming out right now.
Wow.
Yeah. That Immortal Hulk book is crazy. Some of those books, some of those issues are like $75 now too.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Al Ewing's Hulk?
Yeah, issue 2 is like $75. Issue 11 or 12 that just came out, like not the newest issue, but the issue before that is like a $25 book too. So I mean, it's good stuff. He's introducing new ideas, and it's probably one of the better Hulk runs I've read since I don't know, Bruce Jones's Hulk that I really enjoyed.
What's causing the spike in the not yet year-old comics?
Issue 2 is the first appearance of some new character. I forgot the name of the guy. And issue 11 or 12, whichever one it is the first appearance of a character called He Who Is Below All. Like I guess like a new devil type character. Because in those issues, Hulk goes to hell.
Oh.
So there's a whole thing going on with that too. But it's good stuff. I mean, it's a great horror book. I mean, Al Ewing definitely did a little bit of research and went back to like the early issues of Hulk, where he can only turn to Hulk at night and he could smell fear, or he can smell when people are lying to him. That kind of crazy stuff. It's great. It's just Hulk has been just such a boring character. It's easy for that character to get boring. There's only so much. At some point, it seems like there's only so much you can really do with that character, and Al Ewing has put a new spin on it. Yeah, I mean, you get the. I think somebody said the trade paperback was out of print or hard to find right now or something.
Yeah, it is.
They announced the oversized hardcover, so that's going to have to be on. That should be on everybody's wish list.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I read it a while ago, at the beginning of the year. I enjoyed it.
Did you guys hear G. Willow Wilson? Was this week the last week she's doing Miss Marvel?
I don't know. I didn't hear about that.
Because I know she's leaving the book, and that's the character she created, man. That's such a good title, too.
Is she going on to bigger, better things at all, or what's going on with that?
I would imagine somebody like G. Willow Wilson could probably write her own check. She's a great writer. Dun, 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 dun. Why do I have Price is Right stuck in my head?
Now I've got it stuck in my head.
I don't care for Drew Carey's the one that does prices right now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care for that.
Dude, his show, the Drew Carey show was amazing.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was so funny. And he was a military guy.
He's a Marine.
Yeah, he was in the Marine Corps. Kristan, you son of a bitch! Don't you joke.
I was gonna say, I know Kelly Sue the Conic's new Aquaman issue came out this week too,
And we could skip right by it. I don't want to get
so Freddie Gonzalez says G. Wilson is doing a Dark Horse book as a novel coming out in March. So that means it's going to leave Dark Horse and go to IDW soon.
Huh. We're also getting Burger books pretty soon. G. What's her name? Oh my God, not G. Wilson. Gail Simone's Burger book comes up pretty soon.
I have no idea what that is.
Karen Berger, she's got her own imprint in Dark Horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's it's.
I think I'm hungry, and you said burger, and I was thinking of In-N-Out. Because In-N-Out's still the best burger place out there. I don't care what BuzzFeed or whoever.
BuzzFeed, that BuzzFeed article was trash.
What are the book? Let me see. Burger books. Which ones are the ones? She's got quite a few great writers and artists in there.
Oh, dude. Well, she's the one that launched Vertigo. She's the one that put Neil Gaiman up with Sandman.
You want to talk about somebody that can write her own check? I mean, that's Karen Berger comes up to Dark Horse Comics and says, "I want to start my own imprint." Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
I mean, some of the greatest pieces of comic book literature and just American literature in general came from her, thanks to Vertigo. God, man, Vertigo used to be so good. Oh, man, that was because I'll admit it. I've always been a big old zombie, Marvel zombie. But the only DC I ever really read at the time was Batman books and all the Vertigo titles. That was the only stuff that was really good at the time for me that was coming out, late 90s, early 90s, early 2000s. That Vertigo stuff is still top notch. I have all the I don't have any of the Sandman absolutes, but I got basically all the Vertigo absolutes that are out, I think.
Anthony Bourdain was supposed to be writing a Burger book. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Listen to the artists he had lined up for this book. Some of the bigger names: Francisco Francavilla, Paul Pope, Alberto Ponticelli. Just oh my God, this would have been great. Covers by Paul Pope.
I love Paul Pope.
That's such a damn shame, man.
Have you read Paul Pope's? Have you guys read Battling Boy?
Yeah, I read it.
How was it?
It's okay. I don't think it's as good as 100% or his Batman book, or actually, in my opinion, it's the weakest thing he's written.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't.
I have both the books, and it's weird because Battling Boy is like a manga-sized hardcover.
Yeah.
The second book is like a even smaller size trade paperback.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I Heavy Liquid is my favorite Paul Pope book. But I don't know. I just wasn't feeling Battling Boy.
I heard nothing but good stuff.
Well, that's just me. I suck.
It's okay, Jess. That's all right. You do not suck. Oh man, I never read Gajiro. I wanted to.
I'm not interested in cooking books or books about food. Or sushi chefs that go crazy because he doesn't like it when people come to his restaurant and put soy sauce on their California rolls.
Is that really what the book is about?
Yeah, from my understanding.
Cool.
And he goes in on like a murdering spree. But Anthony Bourdain, his last book he did was it called Hungry Ghost?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah. Fuck, I miss Bourdain. Damn shame. Dumb shame.
Yeah, Nick Munoz. Transmit was a top-notch Vertigo book.
Yajiro kind of sucked. I loved Anthony B, but not his words on paper. Oh. You know, I've actually never read any of his books. I know him from Parts Unknown, and he was a big jiu-jitsu guy.
I liked Parts Unknown. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it really was. It actually got me and my girl to like go out and try smaller restaurants in our area too. Just to, like give the little guys a shot.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Parasites.
Yeah, that's true. No, but it's always those. I don't know. It's always those little mom and pop restaurants that I like to go to because you usually get the stuff there.
Oh yeah, I mean, you always, it's always the ones that are, it's always like someone's grandma in the back making the food or something like that. That's always like the best restaurants you're going to.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's a little Cuban restaurant down the road that we tried probably like 2 weeks ago. Amazing, so good. Gabe, you guys don't get Cuban sandwiches out there still, right?
I haven't done it in a while because the one place I tried to go to, I went to that one place and it sucked. And there's another place that's in a scary shopping mall area. Every time I go, they're always out of Cuban sandwiches.
Oh, that's a shame.
Just the way I've been eating lately, I've been just staying away from that kind of stuff. So I haven't thought about doing it.
Good for you. Good for you. Have I ever read the second trade of Moonshine? No, I didn't. I completely forgot about Moonshine. Nick, why are you starting shit, man? Nick Munoz, Chris Ware versus Kelly Sue. Who will win?
Steel cage.
In a steel cage.
No. You gotta lock Luis in a room with each of those authors and see who comes out alive.
Gun to my head, if I had to choose Chris Ware or Kelly Sue DeConnick to read, I'd take the bullet.
You'd rather die.
I would rather take the bullet. No, I'd probably pick Chris Ware.
Oh, really? You want to go out and get that Building Stories book?
I would rather read Building Stories than a Kelly Sue DeConnick.
Really?
I would totally rather read. I hate Building Stories, and I hate Jimmy Corrigan, but
you hate Kelly Sue DeConnick worse than that?
Oh God, why are we doing? You're gonna get that one commenter pissed off again.
No. Oh yeah, that's right.
I pissed somebody off so much. He told me to fuck off, which to me is like the highest achievement I've had on this show so far.
I thought nothing got above your hatred for Chris Ware.
Yeah. No.
Even I'm not interested in Building Stories just because of the way it's designed. It just seems so pompous and just snooty.
It is. It's such a book that's stuck up its own ass, and the way it's
not even a book. It's literally like a box that you open up and like 15 different pamphlets fall out that you have to read, but not in any discernible order. Like it's pompous.
It's a collection of just random shit in a box. But I don't care for Chris Ware's writing, but I can understand and I can see where the praise comes from because there is a level of really strong artistic merit and everything that he does with Jimmy Corrigan with just a few lines. I have to respect that. I don't care for the writing, and I think it's boring as hell, but from an artistic standpoint, I do respect Chris Ware a little more.
I'm gonna go read her Aquaman now because of you, Luis.
I liked Pretty Deadly. I'm gonna go read that now because of you, Luis.
Go ahead. It's fine.
It's all right. The way you feel about her is the way I feel about her husband.
You really don't like Matt Fraction's stuff, huh?
No, I've never liked anything he did that I could think of that I enjoyed.
You didn't like Hawkeye?
I never read Hawkeye.
Oh, that's good. That's a good title.
I am hearing so much praise in the chat from people saying they liked Infidel. You guys don't know how happy that makes me feel. That book is so good and deserves so much more acclaim. Why don't you like Matt Fraction, Gabe? You just never connected with his writing?
Yeah, and then when he was doing Fantastic Four, he left it in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
That's always shitty when somebody just leaves a book up, up and just dumps a book in the middle of it.
But that was a terrible one. That wasn't that great.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. So I mean, but at least you could at least stuck with it or finish it. But that's when he left to go do his image work. What was that storyline he did with the hammers? The Marvel storyline with the hammers that fell. The big Thor storyline. That's where Thor found out like his dad wasn't really the king of Asgard, but it was like his dad's brother. Fuck, what was that called? Whatever. That was shit too. I couldn't deal with that. That just dragged on forever. Yeah, I just don't connect with them. And then he did like that Odyssey book, which is just another just kind of look how smart I think I can be. I'm a fan of Warren Ellis. So I'm gonna try and emulate him, but I can't kind of stuff. Fear Itself. There you are. Thank you, Mars. Fear Itself.
What you're saying is he's great value Warren Ellis.
He is like ghetto swap meet knockoff brand toy Warren Ellis.
I think his Hawkeye is probably the strongest thing that I've read from him. And even then, I hated the Kate Bishop stuff.
Yeah, I never got around to Hawkeye because Matt Fraction. I hear it's good, and I can get the Omnibus for dirt cheap, but I'm all right.
Was it Kate Bishop, Jess? The other character? I can't even remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like the female Hawkeye, or she took over as Hawkeye or something, right?
Yeah, I didn't care for that. I was like, you've got an amazing story going on centering around the main Hawkeye character, and then you break it up by doing the California story with Kate Bishop, which I didn't give a shit about.
Didn't Jeff Lemire do like a Kate Bishop storyline for a while?
Kelly Thompson did.
Kelly Thompson?
Yeah, that was a great series. I really enjoyed that.
Why did I get her mixed up with Jeff Lemire? That's weird.
They've never been seen together in the same place.
Oh, that's something what turned me off from that Hawkeye story was how I heard like the first issue was just that whole bro, like every other word was bro.
The tracksuit mafia, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the Lemire stuff wasn't terrible because he teamed up with his Green Arrow counterpart, which is Green Arrow. If you haven't read Lemire's Green Arrow run, holy shit, is that good?
Freddie Gonzalez that says he did, and Jeff Lemire sucked at Hawkeye following Fraction.
I haven't read any of that.
I don't think I've read a bad Lemire book, but then again, Jess, you didn't care for Plutonia, right?
Plutona, no. No, I did not. I did not care for that book at all.
Would it get the root beer bath?
I don't think it did. It just got a bad review from me.
Okay.
That root beer bath is a sacred moment between and something terrible.
It is reserved only for Robert Kirkman books
and Kevin Smith books. Kevin Smith's Batman.
Oh, don't do that to that Kevin Smith Daredevil book.
No, I won't do it to that. Omar totally talked me into keeping my Kevin Smith Green Arrow. I was getting ready to sell it, but he said it was good and that I should keep it and read it.
Read it first before you sell it.
Okay.
Because I enjoyed it. I have the Absolute. The art is great. It's Phil Hester and Andy Parks. So hopefully that'll at least get you through it if you're not enjoying it.
Did Plutona? Yeah, Plutona ended, right?
Yeah, badly.
Damn. And Jess is you're pretty forgiving when it comes to certain books too.
Yeah.
You are. So for something to really like get under your skin, it's got to be pretty bad.
Yeah, it just was really blasé. I thought it was just a cliche fest and boring as heck.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that they enjoyed Kevin Smith's Green Arrow. I loved when Kevin Smith he did Daredevil, he did that Green Arrow run, and then like after that, I don't know. That's when he did like those Batman books, and I agree with Jess. Those Batman books are kind of garbage. They're really hard to get around. Like he doesn't have a good. As much as that guy seems to love Batman, he doesn't have Batman pegged down at all. Like he doesn't have that character, I think.
Really, Terry Moore's connecting all his books together, huh?
Yeah, that's what I just read too.
I really got to go and read Strangers in Paradise.
Motor Girl is great. I really enjoyed that book.
Yeah, I really got to give Strangers in Paradise a read. Everybody keeps telling me I need to check that out and Love and Rockets.
I've never been able to get into Love and Rockets, and I've tried half a dozen times.
Oh, really? Is it just impenetrable at this point?
I mean, I've started at the beginning. I've been trying since the 80s to get into it, and it's just, I think it's just not my cup of tea. So many people love it. I can't deny that. I can't say it's a bad book. I just don't think it's for me. I've tried so hard to get into it and read so much of it, starting back when it, was brand new, and I just did not get into it at all.
Wow.
Lots of people are into it though, so give it a shot.
What book was that?
Love and Rockets.
Oh, Love and Rockets. I've never touched any of the Jimenez brothers stuff. I've just never really fallen into that underground scene.
Jess, it's time for you to collect your Mark Waid paycheck.
Oh.
So Leap has a question for Jess.
Felipe Jose Irredeemable is a fantastic book. It has the greatest ending in comics ever, and it is absolutely fantastic all the way through. Characters you care about, amazingly scary main character with great co-characters that are his equal, and it is a remarkable book. It's my favorite comic book ever. I absolutely love that book. I try to read it once a year, and it is a tour de force. It's Mark Waid's greatest book ever.
Basically every issue of that book is a cliffhanger. Has a cliffhanger ending, and when you think, oh, okay, well they've kind of reached their point. There's nothing new or nothing more they can do. How do they top this? And then come to Aliens. It's always he always tops himself in that series.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
Wade's real good at that, man.
Everybody's asking about Terry Moore books. I've never looked at a Terry Moore book. So
man,
they're talking about Motor Girl. They're talking about Echo. They're asking about Strangers in Paradise.
You know what? Read Rachel Rising. That's my recommendation to you guys. Go out and find Rachel Rising. Rachel Rising is one of the best horror books written in the past few years.
Yeah, I need to read that.
Fucking love Rachel Rising. It is so goddamn good.
Real quick, step back to Irredeemable. Just find the trades if you can, or hunt down the single issues. The hardcovers, they're not oversized. They're oversized. The oversized hardcovers, a couple of them are out of print, or one of them is, and it's impossible to find right now.
4 and 5 are both hard to find.
Yeah. I think even 1 is supposed to be like out of print.
I think you might be right.
I put Rachel Rising up there with Lock and Key for me.
Oh, really?
It's that good. I would. The ending's a bit rushed, and you can tell Terry kind of had a rush. Terry kind of had just to get to the ending, but fuck, is it good, man? That's a series I'm hoping gets like a Netflix show.
I need to watch Umbrella Academy. That's gotten so much hype.
It's really fun. It's really good. I mean, like I said, I think I'm only like 4 or 5 episodes in. but it's really good. All the characters are pretty damn interesting. And that poor Klaus character, that guy they just put him through the ringer.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I was like, because I know when the show first came out, Luis was saying that Klaus was trending on Twitter. So I guess there was a lot of hype around that Klaus guy. And I was watching, I go, this Klaus guy is fucking annoying. He's like every other, like, drug addict, alcoholic person I've ever met in my life. And then, there's some things that go through that make you kind of sympathize with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So far, he's the only one that has like a true arc where I'm at in the story.
Chris Davis, yeah, I was going to watch it this weekend, but my daughter came over, and we've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn all weekend.
Hey, there you go.
So I'm going to have to start watching Umbrella Academy sometime this week, because she decided to spend the night and devote her entire 2-day weekend to Horizon Zero Dawn, which means I'm spending my entire 2 days to Horizon Zero Dawn. Which is great. I can't believe what a great video game that is. It's awesome.
We have 82 people watching right now. We need some more thumbs up, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching. 82 people on a Sunday morning.
That's
right.
Super.
It's better than this is better than being in church. We should pass around the plate. No, I'm just kidding. Joe Chip, Gabe, are you going to buy the American Vampire Omnibus? I want to. I'm taking a break from buying stuff because I'm basically out of space. My shelves are pretty much full. I've been selling stuff to make room. But I do want to.
Is Snyder ever going to come back to that?
I think he said he was. I thought there was something. Somebody said he was coming back with Raphael Albuquerque again.
Yeah, he's mentioned multiple times about coming back to that. Man, I want to see the conclusion of that thing. It was so good. Like that was the book that broke him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody. That was like the last good Vertigo book that I could think of, or that was like within that time frame when like Vertigo was starting to wind down. But that was one of the last big, like, here's a new Vertigo book. It's almost like how now Image hasn't really had a hit book in a while. Like something that just skyrocketed, that like a big hit, everybody has to read, everybody's talking about it kind of book in a long time, it seems like. And Vertigo was in that same situation for a bit, and then American Vampire came out, and then you're like, who's this Scott Snyder guy?
Yeah.
Wait, now he's writing Batman? It was one of those kind of things.
I picked it up for because I saw Stephen King's name on it. I was like, oh shit, I'm a Stephen King fan. Let me check this out. Fuck Stephen King. Who's Scott Snyder?
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing. I first got that book on radar. I was like, oh, Stephen King's doing something. And you're reading it and you're like, this main story is really good. The Stephen King book is kind of whatever, but the main story was really good.
Yeah. And it's great to see Raphael's style develop throughout that book. You can see from the beginning to wherever the last issue was that came out. I think it was the last thing that I read was like involving the space race. So they were in the 1970s at that point.
No,
and Scott
early 60s.
Yeah, the early 60s. So Scott said that he wanted to write it all the way up till modern times. And I'm like, you were so fucking close. You're right there. I would have loved it because he did the Greaser era. He did World War II. He did the West. He did, man. I wanted to see how that would end.
Yeah, that was such a unique idea. I mean, it's vampires in the 1920s, but it's 1920s Hollywood.
Yeah.
So it's just such a cool time in. It's such an iconic time in American history, especially Hollywood history, California history, and then you throw the idea of vampire cults and vampires being behind controlling and running Hollywood scenes. It's really cool.
And then it just spans different time periods. It jumps into the 1940s, which I think the World War II arc is still the best stuff that of that run. And he does a side story with Sean Murphy in the world. He was doing 2 concurrent stories for World War II at the time. There's a side story with Sean Murphy that's fucking great. and then there's the main story in World War II, which is also good. And God, I really love that book, and I wanted to see where it was going to end up. It's such a damn shame. I hope he does come back for it. And it has one of those. It's I think it was like 2 years ago. They put out a collection of short stories by different writers and artists, and they were all good. They were all fucking good stories.
ETL asked how far I am into the He-Man omnibus. I'm about 20 miles away from it.
You're not gonna read it?
I have no interest in it. No, I mean, some of the guys at the store said that there's some good stuff in it. Like there's like a Skeletor origin story that's supposed to be really good, but I'm not interested in He-Man stuff anymore. I mean, outside of that revamp they did the 2000s, the early 2000s, that TV show was great, and the toys are awesome from like the Four Horsemen. But I'm just, not too interested in He-Man stuff.
Did you like He-Man as a kid?
As a kid, yeah, I remember having like every single action figure from that line. And now as like an adult, I go back and watch He-Man. That show's fucking agitating. It's terrible.
That's that bad?
Yeah, it's bad news, dude. It's bad.
Oh shit.
Same with like a lot of those 80s cartoons are just like that. People hold close with the nostalgia. If you go back and revisit it, it's pretty trash. And I'm looking at you, Thundercats, because you're trash.
Thundercats. Thundercats was my shit as a kid.
Yeah, man, go back and watch it now, man. I dare you.
I don't want to. I'm good.
It's gonna ruin your childhood, bro.
I'm good. I used to love Thundercats as a kid.
Go read that Image series where there's some weird sexual stuff that happens.
What?
Yeah. Between Wonder Kid and Wonder Cat, the two like twins. Yeah.
I'm good. I'm okay. Thanks though.
I was like, oh look, Ed McGuinness did, there was covers by Ed McGuinness, there was covers by Jim Lee, there was covers by J. Scott Campbell. Oh, I'll check this book out. And then like 4 or 5 issues into it, you're like, what's going on here? So also apparently volume 1 of Transmetropolitan, The Absolute, seems to be out of stock.
Ooh.
On stock trades. I know it's out of stock / back ordered on Diamond, which means there could be more that's coming. It just basically means they're waiting for DC to do something, but who knows? Especially with the big cutbacks that's been going on in the trades department. Who knows? And plus, Transmet Volume 1 came out like four years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Took a long time for that thing to run out of stock. So I don't know. I definitely recommend find it, get it, one way or the other. I mean, if you got to pay cover for it, darn, too bad.
Transmet's so good.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. I know we live in, or we're a part of an environment and a culture and an online community where people refuse to pay for cover, and people refuse to even pay, half price because everybody knows of IST, and there a lot of people are really setting that mold of getting books for as stupid cheap as possible. Mm-hmm. But Transmet, you have to, if you even thinking about getting interested in it, you have to go out and get it, because if this is somehow it and it's out of stock and what retailers have on shelves is all that's left, you're doing yourself a huge disservice if you don't get a chance. Huge. The way Jess is about Irredeemable is the way I am about Transmetropolitan. That book deserves to be read. It deserves to be enjoyed. It's a crime, and I think we're failing ourselves as a society that it doesn't already have some type of live action or series of something somehow already by now.
I don't know how they would do it. I really don't.
I think you can do it now with the technology and and things like that. You could do that kind of world, that kind of environment, but it has to for it to be worth anything. It has to be on like Netflix or Hulu or some channel that's not afraid to touch on the social political storylines that kind of build up what Transmetropolitan is about. That really kind of makes you look at what's going on today, even though that book was made in 20 years ago almost. And
Yeah.
it really makes you look back on what's going on today with, transgender movements, political movements, identity movements, political movements, trusting the government, distrusting the government, that kind of stuff, social media, body dysmorphia. There's just so much that gets touched in that storyline that just as we progress more as a society, just really shows where we need to be and where we should be going, and that you can't just sugarcoat or overlook that stuff in that book. Police violence, police brutality is just rampant in that book.
It's scary. We've talked about that before. It's scary how much Ellis gets right. He gets more right than he does wrong. And it is terrifying how accurate Ellis is, especially in the regards to our current president of the United States. And you could probably hold a direct mirror up to the Smiler and you wouldn't be that far off from our current president.
No, or any president in the last 20 years.
Yeah. It's
any political environment or any anything to do with, I mean, not just even like the political stuff, just the advancements in technology in that book is stuff that we're getting today, that we started getting within the last couple of years. I mean, Spider has an apartment that has a maker, which is just a machine that makes stuff for you that ends up being on drugs, but it's just basically a little bit more advanced of a 3D printer that we have today. I mean, Twitter, news groups, news feeds, I remember reading that book, and Spider and these characters all have like their laptops, and they're just, anywhere they go, they connect to the internet. I'm like, man, that'd be so cool if there was some kind of worldwide, citywide internet where you can go anywhere and be online. And I mean, that's so mundane now. But back then, that was totally just this apple in your eye. Just in a perfect society, we would have something like that, and and here we are. I mean, there's a whole thing about like TV in there too. There's a whole issue where Spider Jerusalem basically melts his brain because he spends the whole day watching TV, and you kind of look at it today, and you're like, well, yeah, that's a lot of how it is today too, and how TV works and how media works and how we filter our news. It's go get it. I mean, I don't know if I can say that enough, but you could definitely need to go get that book. Yeah, he has those glasses, and they're basically Google Glass that take pictures and record video. I mean, there's just so much in that book that are completely being missed out if you haven't read that book right now. It deserves. I'm glad Umbrella Academy is out there, but if you could do Umbrella Academy, you could definitely you need to be able to have Transmetropolitan out there as a main series.
Budget would be huge.
Yeah. Transmet would be your new favorite comic book if you haven't read it yet. Get the trades. Don't even go for the absolutes. If you're worried about it being out of print or whatever, get the trades. You can find those for dirt cheap, probably. Nick Minos is waiting for the Transmetropolitan cosplay. All I need to do is take my shirt off, and I'll look like Trans, and I'll look like Spider. He's gonna have just that black suit with no shirt underneath. I put a little spider tattoo up here. I'm good.
I'm good for another few minutes, guys. Then I gotta get going.
Oh, it's already past an hour.
Yeah.
We could do just quick Q&A real fast, I guess, guys, in the chat. If you have any more questions, we're past an hour. I'm ready to get ready with it.
I might do Panera for lunch. I'm in the mood for that.
You gonna get that white macaroni and cheese?
No, I've never had it. Is it good?
Oh man, it's amazing.
Really?
Amazing. Yeah. Love it. Put some salt and pepper on that shit, you're good to go.
Damn, it's that good, huh?
Yep.
I'll try that today then. Thanks. Is that a side or is that like a main thing?
It's a main thing. It's like a big ass bowl.
I might do that then.
You get like a bear claw, you're in.
I might do that. That sounds good. I usually always get like a bacon avocado turkey. I usually go with that.
What are the odds of a transmit Omni? I doubt it. I mean, I'm surprised it even got 3 absolutes. I never expected it to get 3 absolutes. Kratos, yeah. We have a exclusive Jim Lee cover for Detective Comics 1000. Actually, give me a second. I'll throw it in the. Let me find the link, and I'll throw it in the chat for you guys.
It's really nice. I want that, dude. I want that Alex Ross cover. Holy shit!
Oh yeah! Wow, is that cool?
Wow, yeah.
Really
I want that
cool.
Big on my wall.
All right, so yeah, so for Torpedo, there is 4 retailers that got together to do exclusive covers by Jim Lee. It's Batman through the ages. So you have like Silver Age Batman, you have modern day Batman, you have current day Batman, all fighting different characters, fighting the Joker, fighting Harley Quinn, fighting Bane, fighting old school Catwoman. So they're exclusive to each of the stores, but we all grouped together and we all got copies. So Torpedo has copies of every cover. Who is it? Graham Crackers in Chicago has all the covers, stuff like that. But with Torpedo, we have one cover that is completely 100% exclusive to us, which is the pencil sketch of the Batman Joker cover. And the link is in the chat. So if you guys want to go for it, get it. You can get all 5 covers for $120, which is a discount, or pick and choose which ones you want. But the link's in the chat. Torpedo, I believe, I don't do the shipping or anything like that. I don't run the website. I believe we ship worldwide. So check it out.
Somebody's asking if your store has the Batman and Robin Omni, Gabe.
No, we got them when it first came in, and then that book just disappeared. I can't even order more of it if I wanted to.
Damn.
That book is, yeah, it's been out of stock for a while. It might just legitimately just be out of print and done with. You can find it on eBay for like $100 or cover. I think cover's $125 on that book, so you can find it for cover on eBay.
Oh man, I'm excited to see IDW do some reprints of that Usagi stuff.
I've never read Usagi Yojimbo. Never, not a single thing. My only attachment to Usagi Yojimbo is I had the Ninja Turtles toy as a kid.
Same. I'm in the same boat as you, but still, I've always wanted to give it a shot.
I read the first book and I haven't read the rest. That is something I need to do this year. I need to do a readathon.
Was it good, Jess? Or is it
it was so fun. It's really, really good.
So you want to hear the screams and cries of 1,000 nerds? Take that signed copy with the number on it and
pour root beer on it.
I mean, those hardcovers are they reprinting that book like in chronological order? Is that how that works?
I don't know what IDW is doing.
No, I mean like the ones you have. The Dark Horse ones.
Dark Horse isn't reprinting those.
No, what I mean is the hardcovers that you have now, those Usagi hardcovers that everybody pinches their nipples over.
Yes. Yes.
Are those things like in chronological? Is it like
yes,
start at the beginning and run all the way through? Okay.
Yeah.
If IDW reprints it in that manner, I'll pick them up. I'll check it out,
yeah.
I'm excited to see what IDW does with it as far as collector editions, because they've got a pretty good history of doing good collections.
I love IDW's collections. I mean, those turtle hardcovers are fantastic. I've said it before. IDW is my favorite when it comes down to their hardcovers. The Transformer ones are really great.
Yeah.
God, what else did they do? I can't think right now. My shelf is sideways. I can't see the other side of it for the IDW stuff, really. But yeah,
okay.
I mean, they do great stuff for sure.
Question for the nerds in the chat. Is the Transformers IDW series, is that over and they're rebooting it? Is that what they're doing right now?
Yes.
That's what they're doing. Okay.
That's what they're doing. It's over. It ended with
because I want to read that.
The Unicron storyline, and then the new series. I think that comes out in like, I want to say March 20th. I was just looking it up the other day to see how many copies I had on order. But it comes out next month, the new one. But that phase 2 stuff, the stuff that me and Omar talks about all the time, the one that IDW has the hardcovers of right now, like those things are great.
So can I just start from that first hardcover and just read the entirety of it?
Yeah, it's all not new characters, but it's more than just like Optimus Prime and those guys. It's all different characters and stuff like that. Really.
Yeah. I've heard they make Megatron like Malcolm X or something like that in the books or something.
Oh yeah, I mean, because it's one of those things where if you think about it, no one's really clear-cut bad guy. Everybody wakes up in the morning thinking what they're doing is the right thing, and they're doing it for the right reason. And it shows Megatron in that light. He was a soldier, and he's doing it because he went to the war to fight for what he believed in and stuff like that. Just he's on one side and people are on the other side. IDW is costly though. I don't believe that. What's the prices of these hardcovers? Let me see. I think they're like $35 or something.
This is probably a good time for me to talk about InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add another 2% to that. If you order over $50 in an order in the United States, you get free shipping, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com, our sponsor.
So the IDW hardcovers are $50.
For Transformers?
Transformers, the Turtles. There's even the G.I. Joe. I have the G.I. Joe, the Chuckles storyline. I forgot what it's called. I was just looking at it.
What was the name of that? Yeah. What was the name of that Chuckle storyline that everybody was saying like they were losing their mind over that was really good?
The Last Laugh. That's what it is.
Yeah. I heard that was fantastic.
Yeah, I heard that too. I've had that hardcover forever and haven't opened it yet. But yeah. I mean, they did those hardcovers, the big size hardcovers of the original Ninja Turtles run, the original Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman Mirage stuff. Those things are great too.
Jake Knapp, yes, I read Mr. Miracle this morning, and I loved it. We talked about it earlier in the show. It was fantastic.
Yeah. And there's a hardcover coming out. There's no date or anything like that, but they announced that there's a hardcover coming out for comic book stores.
For retailers, right?
Yeah. I think all those TMNT books are on IST for, for their standard discount. Same with the Transformer stuff. None of that stuff that I know of right now is out of print or anything. No, I don't think the Cinder Book 2 has been solicited yet, but I believe it was Dustin Nguyen who said that it's in the works. It's going to happen. And their new, is it a prequel? Ascender. I don't know if it's a prequel or a sequel, but it's the same team. It's Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. Ascender just got solicited for #1, so it's coming out too.
How does Kirby compare to Tom King's Mr. Miracle? Two completely different versions of Mr. Miracle. Tom King's is more of a psychological profile of Mr. Miracle, less action-packed and more of a psychological examination of what it means to have grown up on Apocalypse under Granny Goose or whatever her name is, Granny Goodness.
Granny Goose.
Granny Goodness. What it was like to have a childhood like that. And Jack Kirby just wrote a completely different version of it. I mean, the original version of it. So, but I think his was more action oriented.
Well, we're also comparing, Kirby's work that, the early 70s compared to 2000 now, 2019, 2020 almost.
Yeah, it's a completely different version. Is Tom King's Mr. Miracle as good as his vision?
No. I'm going to say no.
I'm also going to say no.
It's good. No, it's not good.
It is good, but it ain't the vision.
That first issue of Mr. Miracle, though, if that doesn't hook you, then nothing will. That first issue where what he does and everything, yeah. That
one issue where they are breaking into New Genesis and talking about redoing their condo the whole way while they take out all the guards. And
I love it.
I love that issue.
It's so good.
That I don't know what that was because they're not numbered in the trade, but that was
every time.
Yeah, but gosh, that was funny.
I will never look at a party platter the same way again.
I know. They take Darkseid a veggie platter.
It's so good, man. And just how they use that in the store. Oh my god. It's great.
Yeah.
He's one of the best out there right now for a reason.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get paid. I got something waiting for me at the store that I'm gonna buy so bad. I'm gonna buy the fuck out of it.
Ooh.
You care to tell us what it is?
No, don't leave us. Don't tease us.
I'm leaving you fools hanging until I show up and I get it.
Oh, damn.
Is it just tell us this. Is it a book or statue?
No.
It's neither book nor statue.
Correct.
Is it a stripper?
I can eat that anytime. I can find $1 bill in my couch cushions and have.
But if it's not a book or a statue, what is there in life? What could you be wanting?
It's the Matrix hot toy, the Neo hot toy.
Oh, well, that's a statue.
Not a statue.
It's a hot toy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hot toys are statues.
No, they're not. They're action figures. They're toys. They're basically dolls.
Oh, all right.
They articulate and everything.
All right. Got it.
And if anybody is watching and you haven't subscribed yet, give us a subscribe. We've been getting a lot of new people. We just jumped 82 watchers again. We're getting a lot of new people jumping in. So join the chat too during these shows. I mean, we're almost done here, so sorry about that. But always feel welcome to jump in. The chat is always open.
Stuart Main, we talked about Umbrella Academy TV show earlier in the show. I haven't seen it yet, but these two have, and both raved about it, and so did the chat. The chat all raved about it.
And I gave my review last week on Thursday.
Have you finished the movies? Have you seen the whole thing?
Yeah, I gave my review on Thursday on the show at the very end.
Yeah, he sold it on it, sold me on it, and Tyler Blunt called me on Tuesday just to tell me to watch it. He was on his way to pick his daughter up at school and said, "Jess, you have to watch Umbrella Academy. That is all." So, do we have anything else that we want to talk about? Any of those news stories that Gabe that Gio sent us?
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, no, we touched base on most of that stuff. I mean, Black Widow movie is not going to be R-rated, and no big deal. I don't think anybody thought that was going to be an R-rated movie. I mean, what were they expecting? Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
What's her name? Gwyneth Paltrow's leaving the Avengers movie because she feels she's too old, and she was a shitty character, anyways.
Yeah, she never got much love in those movies.
Yeah, I just hope she just doesn't survive the snap. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think that was all really. Oh, Reggie. I have a hard time pronouncing his name, but
yeah,
the guy from
Nintendo.
Yeah, that was big for me personally.
No, that's definitely a big deal. I mean, it's very ironic that or it's such a coincidence or whatever that the new guy's name is Bowser.
His last name is legally Bowser.
I thought that was a joke at first.
No, the new guy that's taking over, his legal last name is Bowser. He didn't change it. He was born with it.
That's his family's name. Yeah.
And he's taking over Nintendo.
Dude,
Holy
if anything ever bad happens to Nintendo, like any bad decision they make or anything that isn't quite to the fans' liking, they're gonna blame. It's gonna be a whole Bowser meme involved and everything.
Oh
I just burped that gross.
I'm gonna miss Reggie, man. I used to love watching E3 as a kid, and I would watch all his presentations and stuff. And yeah, he definitely had a presence for Nintendo. So it's gonna be weird not seeing him there.
There's also seeing like a big time CEO or at these these video game shows that wasn't crusty white dudes too.
What is he? What is Reggie?
I'm colorblind, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because he's got like a Spanish color to him, so I wasn't sure if he was like Spanish or not. I don't know, whatever.
I've never looked into it. I've never been like, oh, I wonder what race this dude is.
Let's look it up now.
I remember though when it did the Nintendo Fit, when that thing first came out, he stepped on it and told him he was obese, and he was like, "No, it's because I got muscle," which is true because that thing is set on that totally outdated and ignorant BMI scale. But yeah.
Yeah, I just love the fact that he went the extra mile. The guy that did the announcement, where if you look in the background, he has Mario and Luigi tied up with Nintendo cords.
Yeah, like they're all strapped in, like they're yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little touch.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, there seems to be like. Also, they're saying that Xbox games somehow are somehow going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a port, like a subpar port, or what, but they're coming over to the Switch. Some Xbox games.
It's probably through their Game Pass. It's probably going to be like a streaming service, or I don't know. We'll see.
Dude, if I can play Gears of War on my Switch, anywhere I want, I'm in.
Oh,
That's one thing that Xbox has failed on. They never had a handheld. They should have done handheld a long time ago, I think.
They would have to downgrade that so much to make that run on the Switch, though.
See what happens. I mean, if it's just like a stream, like you're saying, I don't see that being a problem. But if it's like a legit like. If it's physically being ran on the system physically, then it's gonna look terrible. What do you guys think of the Spider-Man Omnibus by John Byrne? I don't care.
I don't care either. It's just going to be a bunch of random stories that don't have any cohesiveness to them. It's one of those collection things.
Is it? I thought it was the start of Volume 2.
Oh, it is?
I thought.
Oh, I must be thinking of something else. Either way, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not interested in John Byrne's, like anything John Byrne that isn't X-Men Fantastic Four.
Superman.
Yeah,
that's what I care about.
That's what everybody wants.
Again, it's just we're getting these random ass omnibuses, man.
But no,
I mean at least we're getting the Straczynski Spider-Man omnibus. I can't wait for that to drop.
But no, we get Red Hood and the Outlaws omnibus, but no Man of Steel omnibus.
Part of me wants to read that Red Hood and the Outlaws, but then I talk myself out of it.
Hello.
You're here.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on.
You can't see anything?
No. Well, not my vision, but like I'm like, there it is. There we go.
Yeah, you've been kind of pixelated for a while.
Have I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking hell.
You might need guests to help you out.
I need a new laptop. I need to get rid of this thing soon.
It's been good enough for us to see that awesome Hey Arnold shirt, though.
Yeah. Did you see Fila is putting out some Hey Arnold tennis shoes?
Oh, I'd get those.
Oh man, let me find them for you then. They're pretty badass.
All right, I gotta get going, so I'm gonna sign out.
Okay, I'll just wait for these Hey Arnold shoes, and then we can end this.
No, I'll just drop it in. I'll drop it in our chat.
Oh, okay. Luis, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh wait, I'm lying. They're Rugrats, not Hey Arnold.
Oh, I still dig Rugrats.
Yeah.
Drop those, in the chat. That's cool. And Gabe, where can they find you?
You can find me, Gabe Infinity Watch, Instagram, YouTube as well, and on the Omnibus Collectors Facebook group.
And you can find me, Omnidog, on YouTube on Omnidog's Vault and on Instagram, Omnidogs_Vault, where I'm going to go post something right now about TKO books. I'm going to start promoting the heck out of them because they're really good. So thank you to the chat. Chat was lively today. Very interesting, very informative, very lively. Thank you.
To those shoes. I'm sorry. Link to those shoes is in the chat and is in our chat too.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So give us a like if you could, please. Thank you for everyone for watching. Please subscribe. Please go to ISTinstocktrades.com, our wonderful sponsor, to order your books. And peace and love. Peace and love.
Bye, everybody. Read Infidel.